God. Bro is bad. Scotty, bro. Hey guys, it's your boy UAG back in the building with tournament talks. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you can hear me clearly. Um, we got a friend, my co-host from the Retro After Party. He's back in the building. He wanted to come in and thank everybody. So let's get him on the line here, bro. What's going on, man?
What's up, y'all? Y'all doing all right?
And let me switch over so y'all can see my gorgeous face. I've been working
I
out
gotta
on
put
my
my
face.
swole ones in there, man. I gotta put the
Yeah,
swole
yeah,
ones. You
yeah.
know what I mean? I gotta
Okay.
get swole a little
What you need to do is
bit.
do like the Ultimate Warrior and tie some
I should though.
ropes under it so it can look bigger than what it is. Not that I'm saying it's small. I'm just saying,
Hold
you
up,
know,
man. Hold up.
if you could
Hold up.
accentuate it,
I was
you
playing.
know. So what's going on, man? We're so happy that things ended well. So you were in our prayers, and we people been asking about you all the time about it. So
What's up, Hollywood? What's up, everybody? Just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Saying the prayers for my daughter and all of that. It was rough, man. It was rough to any dad out there. It's just rough, even if they're older. No matter what, man. If they go missing and stuff, man. I mean, just how it happened, man. Where it just you just don't see nothing, and then you're looking, you're trying to figure out what's going on. You don't know where your daughter is or nothing. That's like the worst part right there, And and like I said, I appreciate everybody in the community. Just always giving the prayers out and stuff like that. I wanted to get on here real quick and thank everybody. But yeah, we ended up finding her, and that was yesterday. So I actually put the little post up today saying we actually found her and everything, and got to talk to her and everything like that. So everything is fine now. So I'm kind of back now. I couldn't do anything, man. You know what I mean? It was like I didn't want to post nothing. All my energy.
your mind is somewhere else, bro. Like Wolf knows, he has a teenager himself, so he knows. He
Yeah,
knows
for sure.
how it is, and these, we're all our parents here, so we understand that your mind wasn't right, and uh, I don't think that you would have been able to, even if you tried to, have been fully functional. So
No, it
the
was it
fact
was
that you took time for your family, you don't need to ask for forgiveness for that. We good.
Nah, yeah, I'm just saying I appreciate y'all. It's just I miss y'all too. You know what I mean? Like everybody, everybody in the community. Y'all my friends. My best friends. If you think about it, if y'all are here when I need people to talk to, stuff like that. So I really appreciate everybody again. But yeah, she's good, and I'm good now. I had to work because I'm the only one working, so I had to work, and it was just trying to go to work and try to figure out what's going on, trying to figure that out. But she, like I said, she's back now. Talk to her, everything's fine, and then so we good, man. Everybody's good now. So
Freaking and that's what's up. Again, static. I'm happy about that. So, bro, while you was out, you know, I had to hold down the fort. Some things have went awry, but
okay.
it is what it is. Let me see something here, bro. Let me just. I think that this. Yeah, okay. So this one just ended right now. Let me bring this on the screen here. So, you know, I see that you probably tried to play so you could just be in it, but you
Yeah.
never really played much. So
Yeah.
that's awesome that you even still did that. You know.
Yeah, I was trying to get, what I mean, trying to get your mind off of some stuff,
Yeah.
but you
We
just
we
sitting here and I got
trust
to
me.
be around some other kids, so I got to be strong for them, you know what I mean?
We all
So
we all we all do that.
again,
So
everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all, man.
look at this, bro. So we why don't start up. Don't start up. So we usually have the wolf on top trying to do it,
Dang.
right?
Yeah.
And the wolf is normally on top trying to kill us. So him and People's Bob was having a back and forth, and he ended with that's not 9 million, that's 9 billion. Another 100 million, and he would have been at 10 billion. And Wolf had 6 billion. Antisocial with 1 billion. Skynet with 1 billion. Ticks with 1 billion. Yo, first I feel kind of like a bum right now because I was in millions, hundreds of millions. I thought I was doing good. I
I
thought I
did
was
too.
doing good, bro.
I thought I was all right. I looked at the scores. I was like, man, never mind. I
So
like
so
that.
right now, the way it's going, like as we progress in these tournaments, this is week 7. People are getting better. People are showing up. People are taking pride in their numbers. I eat meatball saucy. Meatball saucy said, "Yo, I'm not gonna be a bottom feeder, bro." He came in. He was in the I think it was top 10 in last week's results. So
Okay.
and then I don't want to be a bum anymore either. So I try to play a little better. Not by much. Not by
I
much.
was trying to get up there, man.
So look, top 5: Bob, Wolfenose, Antisocial, Skynet, Tix. Again, he's relatively new, but he's been in the top. He won last week's tournament.
Okay,
Um,
congrats.
Rexer, Polo, Waxman, Ninja Nolan, Keon, and I could have been in the top 10. Someone sneaked in, took my spot, and me in the 11th place.
Oh man.
Jason Tierney, 12. He hasn't played in our tournaments before. He came in. He single handedly jumped half the leaderboard. Brad, Earth, Monster, Arizona not representing so well in this tournament. We got Mad Astra, Mad, Mr. Pure Play, the usual suspects. C19, he said I'm not going to be in the bottom half. But he
Mm.
beat Retired Rider, but everybody beats Retired Rider. Um, Mango Slice, new to the tournament, he got 275. So listen, you had to have decent scores. You couldn't. You had to play. Each
Yeah.
each one of a person's run had to be at least 15 minutes long. Had to be at least 15 minutes long in order to post a 200 million score. Because like it takes about 100 million for 10 minutes.
I couldn't do it, man. I'm telling you, I was in there. I was trying to do it, and then
Yeah,
you know how
listen,
my mind it was. I was just like it kept coming down. I had those multi balls, and it just wouldn't do it. I was like, I'm done, man. I was like, I
listen. You
was
could
like, I can't do
it
it,
could
man.
it could have been worse. See, well, let me just while I'm here now. I'm gonna start the other tournament. So you guys who are watching the stream and playing at the same time, you can do that. We normally we have normally people do that. So let's go ahead and start the next one. This one's gonna be the championship pub. It's one of my favorite tables, and the reason why I end up playing this table is because Retired Rider did a tournament, and like I said, these tournaments get you into games that you probably will never play. It's a gimmick, but it's freaking fun as hell. So let's go ahead and get this one started.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be back. I just gotta
All right,
go and chill with the kiddos for a minute.
go do what you got to do, bro.
All right,
Thank
just
you
wanted to
for
say what's up,
stopping
man.
by.
Y'all have a good one, all right?
All right. So let me I'm just starting up this tournament for you guys. So whoever wants to start playing can jump in it real quick. Do what you got to do. Private, classic, 3 days, boom. And as you always guys know it, the password is UAG 2021. Boom. So y'all can get to see my pretty background. Now it's my turn to suck. Bob, I don't why don't you like this table? It has I like the elements, the ramps, the little mini games in between each corner, like doing the speed bag, doing the jump rope. I would assume that you would kill it on this table. It's the what I think kills it for me is some of those ricochets off of fighting the opponent, because sometimes certain ricochet will flip off and it'll go down the middle and you just can't recover so well. But yeah, not bad at all for 40 minutes of play. He said I average about $3 to $4 billion, and this in the championship pub or the Theater of Magic. So guys, tournaments up and running. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Though I know this is tournament talk, this is still, the heart of my channel is home arcade, and mostly, I've have a big love of. Okay, so it's theater. So I mean, you went up 2 billion on it. So the next time you played, you'll be at that 9 billion. So back to what I was saying. The heart of the channel is home arcade and visual pinball, because I just grew a fond appreciation of that. And so during this week, and you guys have seen it, and if not, I wanted to touch base on it. So AtGames is coming out with this thing called the ALP Plus, AtGames Legends Pinball Plus, right? So normally, if you bought the unit from them, it was $5.99 plus $100 shipping, so $700, right? Right now, they're giving you the same machine with the revised backglass, where it's a plug-in US HDMI cable, so no longer you really have to fiddle with the wiring. However, it's not to the point where you can just plug in any monitor box with the HDMI. It's still it's the wattage and everything like that. You have to use the back glass that they provide. Okay, so just want to give you a heads up on that for people, so they don't fry their units. Yeah, meatball saucy is not a real HDMI cable. You don't want to plug anything that's just a straight HDMI. You will fry your unit, and they're not responsible for it, because they're going to tell you over and over and over, do not plug anything up in this with the HDMI. That's one. So they're changing that, but ultimately, and you still need a Rachel board to flip in between the stock games and your third party games that you want on FX, Future Pinball, or Visual Pinball. You're still going to need that unit. But again, it's easier to connect your actual backglass. So that's a plus, right? But so they're introducing this Pinball Plus. And what does that mean to you as a user? Well, they spin it this way, is that the average person who has a Legends pinball speaks tremendously high about the Sicaria pinball games, and rightfully so. Those games are freaking awesome. Anybody who has them will say they're better than the pinball games that are included, the Gottlieb games. Unless you're an aficionado that love the historic games, and you like going to a museum, because that's how it feels when you go play some of these Gottlieb games. Not to say that all of them are antiques, but to me, most of them are. They can be fun, but to each their own. Let's just put it that way. Now, we'll discuss that, Polo. Put that in the parking lot. I don't want to forget that, because that's where I'm eventually going down the line. So, The plus says those people love those games so much. We hear the feedback from the community. What we're going to do is add those games onto the existing unit. Not add it, but it's going to be a bundle. You're going to have the system and you're going to get a code to download these games. So all in one. You already got it. Now, it comes at a cost. It's going to be $750 for the unit with all the Zach tables. And you still have to pay shipping. I'm assuming it's going to stay at the $100. So let's say it's $850, where it was $700 for it before. So do the math. They're telling you that the Zach tables are going to be $150. Where if you bought them right now today, they're $150. Right? So you are saving yourself $50. So this is what I assume is happening. In MCAP, we spoke about this, and I think that he is 100% correct. And I want to say the game room dudes had mentioned it as well. So what really is happening is that the world that we live in today, everything in terms of the products that we pay for are going up. Is because of costs associated with wood, electronic components, chips, screens. All this is going up. So that cost has to go somewhere, and it's going back into the unit. The thing about AtGames, right, is that AtGames is saying, okay, the cost of this is going up. We have to charge them more. Instead of just saying this is it, they said, listen, we can give them the games and give it more value. It's not going to cost us much because we own the license. We're just not going to be making that money in the long run. But here, let's package in the cost of the increase in this in the components, and we'll just eat it in terms of the software. So there's that. So yes, the price has increased. Well, they won't tell you that, but they did it in a way that it's palatable. I can swallow that. I'll be like, okay, yeah. Now there still will be options to get it from Sam's Club. Well, be wary of that. Ask Retro Rough what happens. Hopefully they work through that and it'll be better. But you can still probably get it at the same price. But who knows? If the price of that product has gone up for AtGames, when they sell it to Sam's Club, they're probably going to have to sell it to Sam's Club at a higher price as well. So will it be $700 like it was the last time you bought it at Sam's Club? Probably not. It'd probably be a little bit more expensive. So there should be some cost associated with it. Or maybe Sam's Club says, I'm so big that I don't have to negotiate that price. You swallow that price. So there are those two things that you have to consider. Scott says he'll wait. He'll wait. Wolfenos, everybody's at home. It's going to be at a higher cost because people are bored and they're going to buy it. You're right. I agree with that. So you have those factors in. He said, I'll just build my own. I have to anyway. So there's that, right? So again, they had to raise the cost, but at least they're giving you some more value in the packaging, right? So there's that. Now, ultimately, what really is going to happen is two things are going to happen. AtGames and Arcade1up are going to do a second generation of this unit. It just will, because it was such a massive success for both of them. They both have their pros and cons that they can work on and what have you. Now, the issue that I think that's going to happen is let's go with Arcade1up first. So, member of our community, let me read this. Remember, these tables are going to be included with Arcade1up subscription soon too. This is true. This is true. Something to think about. So we're going with Arcade1up. So a member of our community, Brad, he just received his Attack from Mars. So it's one of the few ones that, in the US we haven't had a lot of them. People were, had such big FOMO for this. They bought it from the Buy Stuff store, imported it from Canada, and had to pay taxes and tariffs on it, and pay a premium price for this product. And for you to have only 10 games on this game, one of the games not working, 10% of the system not working up to par, you have no Wi-Fi, Grady 720 screen, washed out colors. Should I keep going? Bad haptic feedback. DMD that is 1/3 of the DMD. Like, granted, I will tell you this: it is a gorgeous looking machine. Would I want it if I had endless amount of cash? I would want it. However, that price point, I think, was a little high for what you get. Now, $500, I'd said, okay, I'll make these concessions. And the reason why I say that is because you're not going to get everything you want at $500. But when you get to $700, no, $599, $600, right? Then you say, well, look at what AtGames was able to pack into this unit. I think that you can do it. I think you could. So, yeah. So what I'm saying this is for is because I think that they need to do the second generation sooner rather than later. But the issue that I have, or that I see Arcade1up is going to have, is there's a lot of people who are still wanting to get these systems. The shortage is big. Every time they go on pre-sales at Best Buy, at GameStop, at Walmart, they don't last too many days. If they last days, it's usually hours. And depending on which unit, like the Attack from Mars, it lasts for a couple of hours. The last time I saw Marvel, it lasted a couple of days. Star Wars, a couple of hours, if not a day. So there's still high demand for these units. And I don't see, ordered a week ago. I got my Star Wars coming next week from Walmart. Ordered a week ago. Okay. They do. Coin worker, they do. And as long as people are buying them, they're gonna keep pumping them out. You never really hear about a shortage on the Pac-Man because they keep that in rotation. That's their cash cow. That probably is what funds half of the stuff that we have coming out from Arcade1up. So what I say is like the demand for these units are so high that I don't see them going away to another version until that demand has been met and until we can produce enough at any given time. So what I see happening is they're probably going to go till if they could keep on pumping in and start slowing down, we may see a second generation on Christmas or maybe next year. That's Arcade1up. Now for AtGames, I just see and the demand is high. They're buying it. They're going to be on wave 5. And now with the plus, like I said, you're going to get the added software. And on top of that, they're no longer doing the reservation, which I'm glad that they're done with that. What they're going to be doing is posting them to their e-store, and they'll do them in waves. So when they receive a shipment and it's in their warehouse, they will allow you guys to go into their site, purchase it, pay for it, and 48 hours from your payment, it should start shipping and get there when it gets there. So it should expedite the process tremendously. That's why it's ALP Plus Express. They're going to be doing that from here on out. So the first wave of the new process, which will be wave 5, will go ahead and be shipped out to you. They're doing that one on Mother's Day. So for those who don't want a happy home, purchase your pinballs that day. You should be good. Just tell them that UAG sent you. I get blamed for most of the stuff anyway. So just do that. Okay? Let's see what my man here says. Coin Worker says these companies will continue to cater more towards where the average consumer and less people like us. We are a niche market. Detailed cabs and feature-rich pinball isn't worth the cost to them. Coin Worker, I think it's a yes, and I think that it's a no. It's a catch-22 in terms of that, and I'll explain why. Camo, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining. So, while Camo's here, let me say it right now. Plug in the Discord. If you haven't been so, go over to our Discord. I'll put a description down to the link. This is where you can get a continuation of our conversations, our tournaments, our chats. We are always in there having a conversation. So go ahead and go over there and have some fun. That's one. 2, the reason why Coin Worker I disagree with that in some cases is because the virtual pinball right now is such a hot topic and is a hot hobby right now. So people like I would say the majority of visual pinballs, I would think they would feel that way about it. But with Arcade1up and AtGames introducing this product to the masses, it allows individuals like myself who really wasn't the biggest pinball player. Proline. Dreamcast Kyle, my man, what's up, bro? So people like Kyle, Dreamcast Kyle is not a big pinball dude, but because Arcade1up introduced this product at such an affordable price, me, Dreamcast Kyle, other individuals who probably weren't big into virtual pinball are now able to bring this hobby into their home at such affordable rate. Now we started doing our research. Now we started looking into this. Now we're like, okay, we want more. We want better. Not every one of us is like that. I'm like that. Dreamcast Kyle, he's such a casual player that he's happy with the product the way it is. But there's going to be some people that want more, like me, like Brad, like Hollywood Polo, that are a little bit more into it. And I'm more into it because I've grown to like this hobby so much that I really wanted even to play the real games. So that's the beautiful thing about these companies introducing this product at the price points that they were able to. But because I'm a greedy American, I want more. I want more. See, he feels this way more about the arcades because he's really into the arcade side of it, not so much in the virtual pinball. So I think that AtGames, they're going to do not a pro line, but a an upscale, a luxury, if you will, brand, where they're going to they're not going to change up the brain so much. I think it's more going to be the it's going to be probably a little bit, the screen probably be 43 that size, maybe even go to 4K, who knows. But I really know that for one thing, I think they're going to give us a bigger backlash. I think they're going to give us a DMD. I think they're going to give us HDMI in and out. I think they're going to make it easier to switch in between stock and third party games, do inputs for the backlash. If they don't, they should. And hopefully they do away with putting the USB in the front and put it in the back. We're going to get more people onto on there. Like if we get Stearns or we get New Jersey Jack, we're going to get other people involved in there. So I think that's where we're going to go down a more luxury line of pinball. And I think that's coming sooner rather than later versus Arcade1up because I think they were AtGames was able to satisfy more of their base by getting these units out compared to Arcade1up. And I'm just judging that purely by how these forums have been going, these Facebook groups or whatnot. Is it the most scientific way? No. Yeah, this is true. So we have that. Okay. So I think that AdGames has satisfied more of their customers, getting more of their customer mass out there, and then with these next two waves, and then Sam's Club getting more units, I think that they will have more of the masses out there with their units, and then on top of that, they're already thinking about the next steps. The next steps being that luxury brand, and I think that's going to be introduced in the September. And I don't think it'll come out September. I think it's going to come out around November, maybe Christmas again. Who knows? So there's that. And I also think at that point in time, September, they're going to have that pincade, the little tabletop pinball, and I think that's going to be around September. Meatball Sauce says I don't see an upgrade this year. I don't know, man. Uh, I think that the demand is there. I don't know. Maybe they'll just do the back box. Maybe they'll just do that. Maybe they don't want to eat, upset the masses. Maybe the masses could get upset, but like, listen, I just bought a pinball. Now you're already doing an upgrade, because that's how people felt when they came out with the version 2 of the ALU. So maybe Meatball Saucy has something there. That's why. That's why, he's my voice of reason. He brought me back down to earth. Okay. Okay, you got me. You got me, Meatball. You're the voice of reason. I should have thought about that. So, but I do see, and I'm not gonna budge on this one. But Meatball, you can tell me. I see that no matter what, the Pincade comes out this year, and I want to say it's coming out in September, or a month later. But I see that coming out this year. Meatball, prove me wrong on that front. I think it's too small of a footprint and too big of a opportunity for them not to do that, because I think that is going to be their Christmas seller. That's going to be in the stores that they can't do right now. So I just think that that's it. Oh no, the 1.1 wasn't a premium product, but people still got upset. Yeah, coin worker, it will sell like hotcakes. You gotta remember, those units are gonna be in on the shelves in a Walmart, in a GameStop. Who else they go to? I think that they're probably not in too many retailers right now because their footprint was so big. But once you get that footprint, I think it's going to kill it. Earth Monster was good, my brother. So I think that sky's the limit in terms of that. Because again, us people that like the full size home arcade, they're not selling that to us. Though there's going to be a few of us who will get it, right? But they're not selling that to us. They're selling that to the same people who are buying the Pac-Mans. They're buying it to the same people who just, make a run to get some milk at Walmart, and they pass by this and they'll be like, yo, that looks like a cool thing. Let me get one of those. Boom. Hollywood Polo, they're not selling it to you. You are a pinball aficionado. They're selling this to the grandma and the grandpa who wants to get their little grandson a toy for Christmas. Or they're selling it to the very, very casual person who's going to play, who wants to just sit on their bar and have a little thing to show on their bar. They're selling it to a person who lives in a studio apartment that has no space whatsoever. This is a demographic that they really haven't impacted because of their units being so large. That's right. The first one gets them hooked, and that's how it worked. Because I got myself the first ALU, then I said I had to get the Gamer Pro, and then I got the Gamer Mini, and I got the Pinball. I got a Core. So that's it. Once I really think that Pincade is going to be a lot of people's gateway drug to here. He see Saucy agrees with me every now and then. He agreed with me then. So he like I really think that that's gonna happen because listen, it just makes sense for them on so many levels. On so many levels, it makes sense. Small footprint. You get into the door. You get into people's homes. You once you're in their home, that's it. You're an addict, and the rest is history. Now, the Sharpen didn't do so well here because of the cost associated with it. You're shipping it here. It gets very expensive. So I think that this is going to be is going to do better than the Sharpen. And Meatball Saucy, like others, I'm not interested in that unit as well. But this unit is not for us. It's just, our first unit was a $50 Street Fighter cab, then made my own and made it the vertical, and then the AU and the LP, not to mention all the pie bills. Thanks, Wolfenos. No, so listen, this unit is not meant for us, Hollywood. That's when we have to realize that the companies don't sell for everybody. They sell to the masses, and they're looking at how to get the biggest footprint for the for what AtGames is trying to do is trying to penetrate the market as much as it can. They have to get at certain price points, and they have to have a certain footprint now. The current footprint that they have is too big for some homes, and the price points for a couple of them are too big as well. So how do you get a bigger footprint? How do you widen that? You're going to widen it by lowering down the price point. And you're going to do it. Buddy, Al, my man, you peel that shrimp. You're such a good man. So you peel you widen, you get that larger market by lowering the price point, and secondly, lowering that footprint. The footprint is big. The footprint is big on so many levels. The footprint is big for Walmart. Walmart says your packaging has to be but so big that do you know why Arcade1ups can sell in their stores is because of the size, their footprint size. They gave them constructions. They said I need it to be this, 40, whatever the inch of the box is. I need it to be that size. It can't be that bigger to fit on our shelves. So originally, Arcade1up came fully assembled. Once Walmart said I need it like this, they needed to be flat pack. And the rest is history. And that's why they sold millions of units, if at least minimum one. Bro, I got you for that. So when you're doing the setup, go back to the display bat. When you do that, pick the option to show which display is active. When you do that, your system may tell you this is 1 and this is 2, and the bat may tell you otherwise. If you let the bat decide which one is 1 and which one is 2, when you enter the portion of this is going to be playful, put it in 1, this is backlash, this is option 2, then you'll have it correctly. Redo that, and you should be good. So shelf spaces. Listen, you know how big shelf space is. There's, again, not to, I'm a business economic major, so I apologize for this. But stores pay buku cash for shelf space, so they could put their product in your store. They pay the store the money. So, in for example, if you go to a supermarket, Pepsi pays supermarket, I want these two shelves at this eye level, and I will pay you X amount of money. Did you notice when you go to the supermarket that 9 times out of 10 for stocking the shelves, it's not an actual employee of the store, but an employee from Pepsi or Coca-Cola that will stock that shelf because they pay them to come to the store, check to make sure that the space that they paid for is fully stocked the way it's supposed to look. Shelf space is a premium at any retailer because we look and we shop with our eyes. It has to be appealing. It has to catch your eye. It has to be next level. This is what moves units. Arcade1up has done a tremendous job with that because they invented this space. They requested this space. They pay for it. Their packaging is by far leap years ahead from any other company in this market because their colorful packaging, it looks nice, it catches your eye. If you're a fan of these franchises, when you see it, you're like, yes. So there's that. Whereas the AtGames packaging, if you've seen it, especially the first one was just a brown box with black lettering. It wasn't the most appealing. So, yeah. Scott, Scott, I I just read your comment, Scott. So, um, there's that. Like, so at games, the second generation of the ALU, they got color on it. So they have improved vastly. And I look at the pinball, that's more colorful. It's a better packaging. It's more appealing. Again, the footprint is too big to be in retailer stores though. So this pincade is going to penetrate that market. Look how colorful the packaging for the Gamer Pro and the Gamer Mini is, because those were in the stores. They wanted to make sure that it attracts some attention. It's light years ahead of some of the packaging on their other units, but it still needs work. They still need to hire probably some better marketing people in terms of that. But with them getting that pincade, especially in a Walmart or any of the other places, it's really going to make a difference. It's going to be huge. It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be at eye level in a Walmart. You're going to see those on end caps. You're going to see it in the game section. Um, I really think it's going to be good. No, you got to just know the psyche of the consumer. What moves the consumer? What is going to attract them? That's why, if marketing 101 in terms of the strategy of a consumer. If you go to any a supermarket or a Walmart or a Target, when you're going through the lanes and you're online, you see how they put some of these things on the end caps and on your route to your line. These things are attention givers. They you grab them, you're gonna purchase them. If you have some things that you need to get moved in a store, put it on those end caps. Put it right there when you're going down those the register line. Those units sell, and there's some of the, you know, they're cool. The, AtGames is a Switch army of arcades. Agree. Companies have to start doing more than just Facebook advertising. If they don't check Facebook every time, they this is true. Scott, AtGames needs to step out of that realm because not everybody has Facebook. That's why I do a lot of the videos that I do, because I want to get that message across to other individuals. I have people that just stay on Discord. I have people who do a lot of things like that. So yeah, I agree. hmm And you know what? Though I say I'm not interested in the product, I may get it just to see how it works. I'm very interested in that. I want to see the power that it's going to hold. I want to see how it runs. You know, it really depends on the price point, though. But yeah, that's something I'm thinking about. Um, the Pincade Al is AtGames hasn't officially announced it, but there's been leaks about it and innuendos about them coming out with a bar size a countercade pinball that, you know, I think it's 10 to 15-inch screen, no back glass, no haptic feedback, but just plays the pinball, and it will have the Zakaria artwork on it. It looks pretty cool. Do you think that's not going to work for them? I think that's there. I think that these three tables were basically proof of concept. They wanted to know that they can get it and get it somewhat right, and know that there was an interest. So I think that this is probably streamlined for them. Um, yeah, yeah, I think it's coming. Probably makes sense why we haven't seen the baby Pac-Man arcade yet, game yet. Maybe they're waiting for it to do it on the V Pen. He also says, I imagine they should have no problem doing a 1080p 17-inch table with all the same functionality of ALP for 250. If they do it at that price point, right now, the sucker is me because I'm getting it. Though I have no interest at that price, I'll get it. I love Ad Games cocktail tables with Pitmo button. I'd love an Ad Games table. That would be cool. That would be cool. I'll buy it in a heartbeat. See, me and Earth, we are some suckers for a good sell at Ad Games. So yeah, if I switch over here, you guys can hear me still. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, awesome. So I don't. I'm gonna ask some of you guys who have been running um, Pinball Emporium. on your ALU. So I came across an issue, and I wonder if anybody else had this issue. Um, so I went to play, and my controls didn't work anymore. I was able to control everything via a keyboard, but my control panel didn't work anymore. Please help you guys. I am using old Dell Optiplex, with Windows 10, um, Home Edition, um, with a 1080 Ti and i7. So it works. It works pretty smooth. It's awesome. But for some reason, um, my control panel controls didn't work. So when I pulled up Joy-to-Key, it looks like, because there was two profiles, profile Joy 1 and Joy 2, and instead of my control panel being on Joy 1, which it was before, it switched over to Joy 2. Now, Joy 2 was just my KLZ board that I've put in so I can nudge on all the third-party games. So my nudging and my control buttons went to Joy 2. So it was a simple fix. I went into it and I just reassigned my control panel to Joy 1. But I was wondering if anybody else had that issue. One person informed me maybe when I turned on the computer, I didn't have the ALP powered on, so it didn't have the monitors and did some kind of funky switching. So maybe that was the case. I'm hopefully don't have to come across that issue again, but it does happen. Um, so there's that. So um, two videos. One courtesy of Meatball Saucy is everybody has been asking me to get this video out about relocating your USB hub so you don't have those cables hanging. Okay, Mango. So the reason why no one wants wires hanging. Me and Meatball Saucy. He said there was a change to support the official control panel push out that might have caused an issue. Possibility. So nobody wants to see the wires hanging out, and me and Meatball Saucy are kind of anal for that. He's more anal than me, so he got it done, and then he helped me, walked me through it. So I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for a person with at least my abilities, which is not much. If I was able to do it, you should be able to do it. The the biggest issues is the ribbon cables and getting those to dislodge. They make it butter smooth, UAG. You know it, butter smooth, baby. Um, we're so that's probably the biggest issue is dislodging it. If you have big cumbersome hands like me, these sausage fingers, um, it can get in the way of you know pulling down those levers or whatnot. So you really get yourself some tools, get yourself some tweezers, because the Johnsonville sausage fingers, they're kind of thick. Can't get it. Can't get into those crevices as easily as I can. So the issue is going to be trying to recreate this and not make it so difficult for me. The easiest part is just getting the unit removed. The hardest part, 1/4 pound meatball fingers here. So the biggest part is trying to just removing that. But again, it's not going to be a difficult task. So I expect that video coming this week, at least that one. And we'll go from there. Right, guys? And I also want to do an installation video of the KLZ board. Meatball Saucy didn't help me out with that because he doesn't like nudging. But I wanted it to give it an authentic feel. So I'll put in the nudging. Though I don't use the nudge because I'm not a good pinball player. PE's coming too. PE is coming too. I'm going to actually... There's two cool things that's happening. I'm going to be resetting my PC to do the PE again, right? Secondly, I'm actually going to... I don't know if you guys are aware, but I'm actually going to do... every week they do adding a table to PE. So they kind of give you a way how to fish instead of providing you the fish, because once you do the install, you got X amount of games, but after that, if you want to add games, you have to do it yourself. And Nate over at Pinball Emporium, the creator of Pinball Emporium, has been doing videos, one video a week about it. So what's going to happen is next week, the added video is going to be done by me and him. And so we should have a video coming out shortly about that. So I'm very stoked about me participating in that. So I'm trying to decide what game I want to bring to PE, so you guys could do it. It's not enough. So actually, Meatball Saucy, tell me what is one of your top games. 68 minutes late. I must have clicked the bell. Click the bell, buddy. What are you doing? If you haven't clicked that bell, the notifications, then you're behind on the time. Everybody, check in the bottom. Make sure that bell is black, highlighted, so you can be informed of the next great video that your boy's gonna do. Because we got things in the hopper. We got the KLZ board installation. We got the KLZ installation. We got the moving of the USB hub. We got PE installation. We got an ad of pinball tables. We got so much going, bro. It's gonna be on fire, baby. Holla. And it's gonna be butter smooth. You know what? I understand Top Gun. That's on there. I need something that's not on there. I need something that's gonna blow my mind. And see, the reason why Dead Man Walking Rainwater wasn't on here is because he was still trying to install the Gamer Mini. So that's the reason why. I understand. Mango coming in. Listen, so there's that. Right. I'm so off topic. You know what? I should just leave the topics blank because you guys, you start talking and make me think other things and blah 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 blah. Meatball Saucy did retro. I think his retro flare too. Did that come out yet? Because I know he sent out teaser trailers for it, but I don't know if it officially came out yet. No. Okay. So keep an eye out on that. I'll put it. I'll post it. It's going to be on his channel, but I will post it again after its release. Yes, yes. Rainwater. That sounds like a user error. People should know their own password. Like, my password is PA $W0RD123. I never forget that. I mean, I always have a lot of people on my network for some reason, but I never forget the password. So go figure. Go figure. Back to the Future. I got that. I got that Hollywood Polo. I think if Pizza Time is not on there, it will be because I remember playing that game. I think it's on there, bro. I think it's on there. Wait, you know what? And that's why I got that handy. Boom, boom. All right, guys. I'm here. Let me see what. This is one of my favorite guys. This game, it looks nice, but it's such a terrible game. I'm sorry for all those people that are out there. That Mortal Kombat table sucks. I even got little kids games on here. Oh, let's see what's on this table. I've never seen this table before. Oh, I'm glad that it's an adult. I love this table. I don't think I saw the Avengers. And if the Avengers are not on here, then that's the table that I'm going to request. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh, guys. Uh oh, WWF Royal Rumble, baby. All right. Hold on. I gotta go back to this one. This is another one that's terrible on here because of I think it's like 45 second frame. The frame rate is terrible on this. So this is not the one from FX3. This is a imagined real life version of it. Plays pretty cool. And if you not notice on the top, you can't probably see it, but it does have the rules card in the back. There goes your Flash Gordon. So this table's already on there, so that's why I won't be able to request that. And I gotta go in here and lighten the table up. This thing is super dark. This one's for Brad because I know he loves himself some Jaws so much. This one's for Brad. Look at this table. Look at this table. It's so amazing what these creators can do. That's why this is awesome. I'm trying to get a show where I feature the creators on here so they can talk to us about their thought process on how they've done some of the things that they've done. Um, I think that would be a cool thing to do. Let me change that real fast before I get some copyright stuff. Metal Slug, baby. My favorite, one of my favorite horror movies. It's not my favorite horror movie of all time, but it's definitely my favorite franchise. Love me some Freddy. And Opera, Pinky and the Brain. You guys don't know about that. You ain't live life, baby. What are we gonna do tonight? Pinky? Right. The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world. Oh, well, excuse me, I didn't realize how risque that was. Robocop, baby. All the Star Trek, Star Wars. This game is a freaking fun game, and it's one of those old school games, but I really didn't realize how fun it was. So, like when I was talking smack about some of the godly games, this is like in the old style of the godly tables, And this game is really freaking fun. I really do like it a lot. Tales of the Crypt. So you know this is one of P Dub's tables. He loves himself some Tales of the Crypts. I don't know that Van Halen. So that's, and then we got the Zen tables, and we've seen those 100 times. So sorry guys if you were talking to me there, and I did not. I didn't have access to the chat, so I apologize. But I'm back better than ever. So, Meatball, you saw the majority of the list there, the FX and the virtual pinball and the future. What do you think is missing? What do you think is missing? If you were, which you are, aficionado of that, well, what are you like? Oh man, they don't have this. How can they not have this? Millionaire, any man could be bought. The Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter. I gotta write that down. The Last Starfighter. I'm gonna look that up. Can you make them gaps between the flippers less? And listen, if I had a code for you, I would. But Brad, what you really need to do, Brad, is something that my friend Nostalgia told me. Get good. Get good. I remember that movie, buddy. So let's see where we stand. Let me get in this. Don't mind me. Oh, that's terrible. That Earth Monster. That's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. So that's why when I said I saw that message, I was like, oh, I know what happened. No. Oh, one jump. That was weak. Come on. Oh my! I got 2 jumps this time. I'm doing awesome, guys. All right, let's see if we get this fight in. Let's see if we get this fight in. Take that. Take that, O'Brien. Uppercut. Boom in the belly. No. And that fight was over. He knocked me out with the quickness. See it, Coin, bro? Hot date with the wife. Oh, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Yep, hit that thumbs up for your boy here. Let's spread the word, guys. Let's spread the word of the channel. You give the thumbs up to the channel, and that broadens the horizon for this video. Shares it with the masses, and allows us to do bigger and better things. You know. I'm over here in the dark. I feel, you know. Let me shed some light on myself, man. Like I'm not that poor. I'm not that poor, guys. So, dang, it looks like I need an iron. This shirt, Jesus Christ. Oh, bueno. Maybe I should stay in the dark. So, guys, talk to me before we move on for the rest of our weekend. I wanted to do this early so you guys wouldn't have to stay late out at night with me. Even though you can stay out late with me on Friday nights. Oh, you know what, guys, in the channel, I feel like I want to shave today. So I'm going to shave since I have the ability to shave. It's not like, it's not like I'm rainwater and I can't shave. I can shave today if I want. I think I'm going to do that. Right, Jeff? Jeff, you keep that beard going, boy. I'm watching you. I watch all your streams just so I can verify that beard is on your face. Every video. I'm looking through reflections in your monitor. I'm checking your ass. Don't you play coy with me. I'm gonna start asking for a photo each day, a selfie each day to verify that hair has not been moved. Watching some songs from Brian and drooling, and I saw you mention shaving, so I had to. Listen, it's all about fun and games here. We love the games. Time to play the game. Everybody hates the bad guy. So, throw in the chat what you want to discuss. We've done our thing. Wait a minute. Let me go back to here the tournament thing. So. This is one of the things I truly do hate, though, is every time I go into this, if I tab over it, it disappears, and it really is irritating me. Something I have to figure out, and I'll figure out at a later point in time. I'm assuming. Oh, we could discuss that. We could discuss that. The current game for the tournament wars is it's whatchamacallit. I'm sorry. The championship pub. I was just playing it. The table that I was just playing, that's the new table for right now. I think the best part of the show. So let's go over the show real quick, guys. I'm taking off the pinball background because we're done with that. We're talking about this. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right? Is it had its flaws because you got to remember this was shooting during the pandemic. They had to stop production a couple of times. They actually changed the storyline. They were going to be focused on a virus, and they had to take that out. Obviously, it was a sensitive subject. Um, there was a lot of good in the show and a lot of bad. Um, I think that I will say that the production level on it was pretty good. Um, you couldn't really tell that it was um, a program that was produced by Disney Plus. They've put in the efforts to make sure that. So we played the first table, the Theater of Magic. The last table, which will be a 1 day table, will be the safe cracker is the last table. It was. It felt very Marvel. Um, some people may not like some of the subject matter in it, and I can understand it. Um, though I liked the show. I didn't think it was so remarkable. Um, I wish I like the fact that the Winter Soldier has dealt with his past, and he told the guy what happened to his son. That wasn't a happy ending, but it was one that we needed to tie the knot in. Um, I like that. I What I did not like was the fact that Walker basically went unscathed. Like, okay, so now he's the U.S. Agent. You know, was that Rainwater? You're a bum. You're a bum if you tell me that, bro. Don't say that again. Um, so there was that. But the way they did it with Walker is that you can side with him. He saw his friend get murdered right in front of him. If you were in that situation, what would have you done? Um, what he did will change the history of Marvel going forward, because you saw Captain America murder someone. You know, he's a known hater. I understand. You probably 90% of people would have, but that was the difference between our Captain America and most people. Captain America always did the right thing. Captain America always did the right thing. He was different. Even when what's that guy's name? Zemo. Zemo was talking about super soldiers. He said it right then and there that when he was talking about super soldiers, he said that Captain America was the exception to the rule, because he always did the right thing. So that's the interesting thing. You get at least one free murder pass at MC. Yeah, I guess. Um, listen, I would say 9 times out of 10, you're right there, Scott. But we hold Captain America at a higher level. You know, at least the Cap that we had. Cap, like in the most comics, I don't think so. Camel, you have 100% the reason to agree with that. Um, that's one of the things that a lot of people argue. You know, you go to watch films, or you go to watch um, sports to get away from that, and you don't need it to be inserted in there. And everybody who has that argument, I can't disagree with. Um, and sometimes it does kind of feel force fed. Um, but I also look at it this way in terms of that. You have to remember that for them, it's a business decision. And I don't think that it's more so about being black, white, whatever. I think it's also a thing about what's going to drive more people to your content. Like, they saw the success of Black Panther and how many people came there in drones. Probably they didn't think that would have such a big impact on their brand. So sometimes you do a 360 and you're like, okay, this is what attracted them. Let's give them more of that. So sometimes I don't think it's so black and white, more so what decisions that it makes. The villain wanted sympathetic to me, and I wanted the U.S. soldier to kill her. She killed all of them and other people. Yeah, well, this is true. Um, I like the blue chick that can shapeshift, bro. You're like 6 movies from the past, bro. I need you to be in current MCU. You're talking about that she don't even exist anymore. That franchise is dead, baby. So again, I like the way it ended. Um, I like the fact that it said, instead of saying the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it says the Captain and the Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That was kind of cool. Um, they're already in talks of Captain America 4, so that's cool as well. On to the other um, show that my man had mentioned, Invincible. If you haven't been watching this, if you haven't been watching this, um, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because one people like, oh, it's an animated show, it's cartoon. I don't need to watch that. And sometimes I'm like that. I ain't gonna lie, but I will say that it's very adult like. It's very good film. I mean, good film, a good show. Um, from the showrunners of The Boys. So you have Seth Rogen, who's back in it. Meatball Saucer, you have a good one, bro. Thank you for stopping by. But you gotta watch that show. That show is so awesome, man. Invincible, it's really good. I enjoyed the last episode. I enjoy where it's going. I can't wait to see what's next. Um, I hope they keep it grounded on Earth. I've heard that the storyline for this show goes very Cosmo, and I don't want it to go so much on that. I hope they kind of rework the resource to focus on here. So it's good. It's good. Right, Brad. It is crazy, man. I love it. The artwork. I mean, it's very generic, but I love it. I love the twins. Those are some badass guys. I love the soundtrack. I love the seriousness to it. I love the 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 whole thing, and I want to see how it comes back to the the new guy in town that took over Machine Head's empire. I want to see how they tied that together. I want to see the reveal between Omni Man and Invincible. What's going to go on? I know that I would do some. I would probably do an extreme shop at Best Buy and get all the nice things that I want all the time, bro. Like when he went to visit that college, like what's going on there? I love how every time he's gonna say the word invincible, that the logo comes on the screen and blood splatters on it. I think that's really cool. I love that callback. It's been going on since episode one. So yeah, there's that, guys. So what else you want to chat about before I end this chat? Come on, tell me more, tell me more. Holla at your boy, holla at your boy. That's my country talk. Holla at your boy. It ended with Captain America telling this senator he can fix it. That works with one phone call. So ridiculous and makes a hero worthless. If it was a true statement, would the senator have that power? No, no, no. How do you like your bless your heart? How do you? That's the most insulting thing when someone says bless your heart. That means you're slow. Don't let no one tell you that. Mortal Kombat, yay or nay? Okay, keep it real for you guys. Wait a minute. In the chat, this is gonna get spoiler. It's not gonna be spoiler, but you know, I may say some things. So, if you haven't seen it, let me know. Let me know. Nay. All right. Yes, this is true, Camo. And bless your heart. It's like, oh, you special. He's a special kind of guy. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. So, I'm going to tell you this right now. For Mortal Kombat, it was a yay for me. More positive than negative. And I'm going to tell you why some of the things happened in this film. So we got to remember that this movie was actually pushed up. It was a few months ahead, went ahead of schedule. You got to remember that we're dealing with a pandemic. You got to remember that studios are not spending the amount of money that they would normally spend on films because there's no way to recoup your money, right? So you have that. This film was had a $50 million budget. If it was in its normal theatrical run, this would have been easily $150 million film. So we're talking about double, tripling the production budget, right? I think for what it was and what we expect from it, I think it was a good movie overall. If you are a fan of the video game, you got what you wanted. You got your fatalities, you got your blood and guts, you got your one liners, you got to see characters that you wouldn't have normally seen. There. You got it. What you would have wanted more of it, probably more character building. You gotta there was a lot of characters in there that you tried to give a lot of story in 2 hours. Just not enough time for that, right? 100%. Kano was the star of the show. Kano was the star of the show. He was likable. He was funny, which is kind of hard to make this guy a likable guy, but he was. Nice Easter eggs. And those Easter eggs was for us, the gamers. Like, only us is going to enjoy it. So, there you have that. If you like the game, you're going to like the movie. If you didn't like it, you can probably say there were some flaws in it, which it was. Not a lot of character development, kind of canny, um, or whatnot. I give it a 7 out of 10. A lot of room for improvement, some unnecessary deaths, but the way they make you see is like it's like Mortal Kombat, not Mortal Kombat. It's like Marvel. No death is a real death in Mortal Kombat. You're dead in one realm, you're alive in the other. So, mm. I love I love the it's UAG 2021 caps, all caps. So UAG 2021. So all the moves on there, you know, they did special moves, they did fatalities, they gave you end credit scene that lets you know that Johnny Cage is coming through. They did a lot. They did a lot. Sub Zero's not dead. He's coming back. It's going to keep on going. Oh, Wolfenos, I hate you. Thank you for ruining the movie for me. So they would have, they needed to flesh out the characters more. Um, I think the second one's going to be even better because now that they proved that this is not a shit show, it was a good movie. I think they're going to get more money. I think the numbers that they're going to produce in terms of what they showed is going to be awesome. So there's that. So I give it a yay. I think it was a good movie. I think it was a good movie. It was definitely better than the last Mortal Kombat that we had. Listen, spoiler alert: people die. And one of the biggest things that I did not like about this movie, I'll tell you this, because everybody's, oh, he's, he likes everything. No, I don't. The blood is digitalized and it looks very fake. Yeah, and I, Wolf knows, I was like, I guess they were trying so hard to like, make it a story, make it understandable. Because, come on, the story of Mortal Kombat is kind of. I mean, look at the movies. I mean, look at the games. The games is like their storyline is all over the place. You don't know what is happening from one video game to the other. So I was happy with it. I will watch another one when it comes out. Cole was totally unnecessary. I wish what they could have did was I don't know who said this. I want to say it was Dreamcast Kyle, or it could have been you, Earth. But they should have probably focused on having Liu Kang be the main character and the winner and everything like that. So that would allow more time to go into his storyline, talk about what happened, and we wouldn't have to worry about Cole's storyline because we had to focus on a character that wasn't even a real person in the game, and that took away from the development of the other characters. Like Liu Kang is such an integral part of Mortal Kombat. We should have had more storyline on him, or we should have had my man. Yo, do you know there's a petition out to have the Miz play um, Johnny Cage? I'm kind of liking that idea because his persona. I think he could pull off Johnny Cage. I think he could pull off Johnny Cage. Yeah, he was because they wrote him that way. They gave him no substance. They gave him no substance, and that was the fault. Right? Wars, he would be a great freaking Johnny Cage. Radiant is always overpowered though. Like he's a god, bro. He's a god. I don't. I mean, look at Sub Zero. Sub Zero was overpowered, bro. It took two dudes to take him out. Like Scorpion couldn't take him out by himself. He needed Cole, and Cole couldn't take him out by himself. Basically, the whole team was like trying to was bitch scared of Sub Zero. Sub Zero was holding shit down. That's why I told you. Listen, though they made Sub Zero the bad guy in this film, Sub Zero was the dude. Sub Zero was holding shit down. Miss would have been great. You know it. Miss his correct charisma goes hand in hand with the cockiness of Johnny Cage. Like Sub Zero was like this, yo. Hold this, hold this icicle. Ah, it was over. Hold this. Ah, that was my man Sub Zero. Sub Zero wasn't having that shit. See, he got hit with that. Radiance and Elderguard would have been toasted in the first 15 minutes of the film without him. Thank you, Camo. See, holding it down with the lore. I think that's what's happening. I think that's what's happening. New solid, baby. You know, so you know who's hyping here. Earth Monster. That was your cue to get hype when you saw the new solid comment. Yeah, guys. I think I'm gonna watch it again. I made me a pizza from scratch. So I'm about to put that in the oven. Got me, pepperoni pie. I'm gonna probably put some jalapenos on that bitch, and I'm gonna eat it. Watch the film. The kids and the wife is out, so it's my TV to myself. It's a beautiful day. I do have a cast iron pan. I should give it a try. You know, and then this pizza dough was made from scratch. It was made from scratch. You know, I use um all well, not all purpose bread flour, olive oil, yeast, all that, all from scratch. So I'm gonna put a photo of it done in the Discord so y'all can see how it looks. Y'all gonna be like, "That's a pretty ass pie." All right. Oh, the lady gamer, give her some smack. She's in the chat. Just give her a smack. I'm not gonna tell you who she is, but give her some smack. So watch me some more Mortal Kombat and enjoy it again. I love you. This is my lady gamer's my wife, guys. So say hi to Mrs. UAG. He said you're a chef, but only UAC files. See? See? So, guys, I think that's a wrap for me. I think you had enough of UAG this week. We'll be back again. Bobby, there's no creep. So, what I was gonna say, I don't know. You'll see me this week. We'll chat again when table 2 ends and whatnot. So I'll tell you about table 2 ending, table 3 starting. We'll talk about some other events, some other events happening, and we possible guests on the show next week. A lot of fun things are happening for us. So keep an eye out on the channel because there'll be more content coming. Right? You damn right, one of us. Love you guys. You're my peoples. Oh, no problem, buddy. So with that being said, guys, as always, thank you for stopping by. Before you leave, hit a thumbs up on the way out. Really means a lot. Right? And like I say, keep gaming. Really means a lot. See you on the next one.